Hello and welcome back to World Traveler Cooking. Today we have a real quick video for you. This will be remoulade, the French version, not the Creole version. This dish is traditionally eaten with, for example, raw vegetables, and that's what we'll try it with today. I have a bunch of raw vegetables today. So this is sort of a mixture of mayonnaise and mustard, oftentimes with some other ingredients. And today I am trying to use dried tarragon because I can't get any fresh tarragon. So we'll use dried today. I'll show you how I will approach using dried in this dish. You might try it differently, but let's go ahead and try it. This is one of the main French sauces. It is a daughter sauce of mayonnaise. So you can basically start with mayonnaise and build the sauce out by adding a few ingredients to it. The most required ingredient is going to be mustard. And then very oftentimes people will add other things to it. So I'm going to add a bunch of things. I'll show you the ingredients from above so you can see them better. So this will actually be really fast. We're just going to chop ingredients and mix them together. So let's go ahead and get started. I will show you the ingredients next. So our ingredients are, we start with about 200 grams of mayonnaise, about a large tablespoon of mustard, 20 grams of pickles. I'm using cornichons. I'm using about a tablespoon of dried tarragon. I'm going to slightly rehydrate this before I add it, otherwise I'm afraid it will mess with the texture. 1 anchovy, about 10 grams of capers, and a small amount of parsley. People often add chervil and other fine herbs to it, but I can't get chervil here. I can't get most of the other fine herbs, so we're just going to do it with tarragon and parsley today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this. I'm going to take all the other ones off the plate and chop them, and add them to this. And once these are all off the plate, I'm going to drip just a little bit of hot water on this. I'm going to let it sit for like about 5 or 10 minutes, just to soften up. That way we don't have the dried herb texture in our sauce. So I have about a tablespoon of near boiling water on top of this tarragon, and already it no longer has the dried herb texture. It's more like a wilted herb texture already, and I'm just going to let that continue to go, and I'm just going to add it in with the water and all. You really don't want too much excess water because it'll mess with your consistency, but the amount here I think is fine. Into the mayonnaise mustard mixture, I'm going to add my rehydrated tarragon. Then I'm going to add my anchovy, my capers, pickles, and of course the parsley. And then we will stir this up. I don't think I'll stir it up in this container. I'll probably scoop it out and then pour it back into this container. I think this container will be fine for actually using it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to mix it in here. So I'm going to pour this into a small bowl, mix it around, and put it back. So once this is well mixed, I'm just going to add it back to another bowl, and I'll clean these up. And if you like, you can garnish it with a little bit of parsley, which I think I will do right now. I think to garnish it, I'm just going to stick some in on the top, just like that. And that'll be our remoulade. See, not very hard at all. Next up, the taste test. And now for the taste test. I'm going to start with a piece of carrot. I was looking into the kinds of vegetables that remoulade in France is associated with, and I found carrots, parsnips, and this mixture of apples and celery root that apparently they mix it with to make a salad. So I'm going to try with just a piece of carrot here. Wow, that's something. Really, really delicious on carrots. Really delicious on carrots. Really, really, really nice. That brings out, like, there's the tartness of the sauce and the carrot, which are both go really, really well together. And the complexity does something to the carrot I really can't quite describe. The rehydrated tarragon actually worked really well. I wonder if I can find some chervil I could rehydrate. But anyway, let me try a little bit with this red bell pepper. That's quite a different effect. The carrot went together with this like magic. This almost brings out earthy notes in the sauce. It's very, 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 it's also very nice, but it's quite a bit different. I think if I were to choose, I prefer the carrot, but it's not so easy. They're both really good. So if you find this content interesting, you'd like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have anything to say about this video, including if you make it a dish like this or you make it a little differently, love to hear from you. Note this is still not the Creole version. I do plan to do a Creole version at some point. So there is that. At any rate, bon appetit, and see you next week.